Miami Dolphins are up next. They're over under 7.5. I can't make this answer until I know how many teams with winning records they're going to face. That's what I need to know. They'll go 6-1 against teams with losing records, and lose against teams with winning records. No, they're, like I said, it doesn't feel as great in Miami now versus maybe a couple years ago, where it felt like, all right, they're getting close here. They need to get over the hump and beat the Bills and the Ravens and some of the better teams. Now the roster's taken a bit more of a hit, but they still have the capability of putting points on the board with Tua at quarterback when he's out there and healthy, with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. They were getting the tight ends involved a lot more last year, but they feel more fragile. Tyreek Hill was completely dominant and unstoppable in 2023, except against good teams. That wasn't the case last year. We saw some regression from Tyreek Hill for the first time, maybe forever. So a little bit more fragile in Miami, maybe, than they've been in the past.
They just don't look as good. I mean, there's not that many places. You look at the starting 11 on either side, and there's not that many places you look at it and say, well, this is, really imposing and frightening. And yeah, like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Tua can still theoretically make noise, but Tyreek Hill did not look himself last year. He's also constantly, like, he's reaching Stephon Diggs level of like headache, where every couple of weeks you're going to get a cryptic tweet. It's like, oh, is he want out, or we got problems, or just straight out saying he wants out or he's going to leave. Like, that's becoming a pain in their ass. I think the backfield is fascinating and that can be explosive and make noise, but like, I don't know that this offense is going to be amazing, and the defense is fallen apart in large stretch. I mean, look at the cornerback room. If and when this Jalen Ramsey thing ends in the divorce that everybody's expecting it to, like, their corners are awful. They might be the worst cornerback room in the NFL. That's important. Like, even if you're in a division where teams like Buffalo are trying to avoid having X wide receivers, you still can't trot out the kind of cornerback room that the Dolphins are about to on paper. I mean, this looks like a team rudderless. I don't know what direction they're heading in.
Did you mention Teron Armstead retiring?
No.
In your list? Sorry, I didn't catch everything. I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Teron Armstead retiring at left tackle too. So that just brings up the questions of Patrick Paul in year 2 at left tackle. So yeah, there's more questions. At their peak 2 years ago, Miami was beating up on bad teams. Looks like this, contender that could challenge Buffalo, but did they beat Buffalo one time that year? I know they've beaten Buffalo at like once or twice, but every time they needed to win a big game, they weren't there. Now they're a little bit worse. So that's the challenge here for the Dolphins. That's why the win total's down at 7.5. You do have to say, hey, they are playing the NFC South. The same thing we said with the Bills. So there are some games that are winnable there, but the challenging, playing Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh in the AFC North is going to be tough as well.
And look, Tua gets rid of the ball basically faster than any other quarterback in the NFL. It's his kind of skill. It's his superpower. The offense schematically is good. With that offensive line, you would have to say is now concerning enough on paper that you have to at least start thinking about, does Tua make it through 17 games, right? Patrick Paul, complete unknown at left tackle. They drafted him for this reason, to take over at left tackle from wherever Teron Armstead hangs him up. They're going to have a new player at left guard and or a bad player at left guard if Liam Eichenberg somehow maintains that spot. The entire left side is a problem. Now, okay, that's Tua's open side most of the time. He's at least looking at that pressure coming. But the other side is Austin Jackson, who's not good. Three out of the 5 spots, you would say, are probably going to be issues. I don't know if Tua's making it through 17 games. And if he doesn't, like, immediately, I mean, Zach Wilson comes in as the quarterback, and I don't imagine that goes that well.
I'm intrigued.
Or Quinn Ewers.
I'm intrigued. Zach Wilson, data points. Who predicted Quinn Ewers as the next? What did he predict? Was it Michael Irvin? What? Or no, Des Bryant. Des Bryant said he's like the next Brady or something like that. Quinn Ewers.
Oh, yeah. That was one of those tweets where, somebody quote tweeted and was like, the people that only want valid opinions coming from former players, like, this is the opinion of a former player. This is what you asked for.
Where are you going to go with the 7.5 here? Because it's not a high number. I know we've been a little negative about where Miami is here, but over or under the 7.5.
I'm going to go under. I can imagine this unspooling from Miami and this like blowing up.
Yeah, I'm also going to take under. I don't love it because I still think they're decent, but we'll go under that.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of our video.
For more great content, click here to subscribe and here to watch another video. We'll see you again soon.